Hey, welcome to the Create a Life That Is Beautiful podcast. I'm your host, Letitia Ringe, and this is the space to be for high vibe people looking to create a beautiful life and business. Let's do this. Welcome back to the podcast, my beautiful friends. I am Letitia Ringe, your host, and it is a pleasure, as always, to be here with you all today. So first things first, I just want to say a big thank you to all of you who have joined me for the Make a Difference and Thrive Challenge. We still have another 3 days left together, and I'm so excited for our last 3 holistic business trainings. But I just want to say it's been so great to connect with you all over in the Make a Difference Soul Tribe in this way, and to see you all creating so much creativity and up-leveling your income, impact, confidence, and alignment in your beautiful businesses. So if you're not yet registered for the Make a Difference and Thrive Challenge, don't worry, it's not too late. If you're listening to this before May 24th, you can still find all of the replays for all of the trainings we've done so far. I've also got 4 guest classes. We've got a yoga class, a Kundalini yoga class, which if you all know me, I love Kundalini yoga and I love yoga. So that's going to help you tap into your creativity from an energetic and a physical level. And then we also have a conversation about funnels and an entrepreneurial archetypes class on there too for you all to enjoy with our special guest masterclasses. So please go to letitiaringe.com/thrive if you want to take advantage of this 2-week challenge that I created for all of you soulful women in business. And if you're listening after the 24th of May, then no problems. Go over to the Make a Difference Soul Tribe, head to letitiaringe.com/make a difference and sign up there so that you can join our private online community for soulful women in business, and you will be in the know the next time we have a training, which I do run quite regularly, and I love doing these. It's such a great way for us all to connect, and also I love just being able to share more practically and in this more intimate setting, holistic business trainings with you all, because I want to see you all making a difference and thriving in life and business. It brings me so much joy. So without further ado, I want to let you all know about today's topic. We're going to dive into talking about 5 of the top things that I did in 2019 to quadruple my income. And I'm so excited to dive into this topic, which of course is all about money, because it is my deepest belief that every single one of us are here to thrive, and that includes financially thrive. I am of the view that the more money I create and generate in my business, the more I'm able to serve and add more value to my community, to my clients, to all of you here listening to the podcast. And I'll explain why that is the case in a moment, because I think it's really worth talking about. But what I want to say is that not only that, when we earn money, we do not take money from anyone. We actually just create more abundance. Abundance just creates more abundance, right? We don't take things away. That's the old way of thinking, the old scarcity way of thinking. And a little barrier that stands in the way for many of us soulful business owners is that we shouldn't be remunerated for using our gifts, because we believe, well, they're so natural. I was born with these. This isn't real work. I'm saying in air quotes. And so we have these like unconscious limiting beliefs within us that make us think that actually earning money in our businesses and learning how to make money is actually greedy. And I really, 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 really want to support all of you who do believe that and who are subconsciously blocking yourself from creating the wealth that you desire in your business. I really want to help you all turn that around. And so what has really helped me is understanding that the more money that I create in my business actually isn't only serving me as an individual, but it does have this ripple effect to my clients, but then also to my clients' communities and also to my personal community. So here's an example of this. So whenever I receive money into my business, my what I do with my money and my recommendation for my clients and for all of you listening is that we put money back into our business. So you can decide how much that is. I like to heavily reinvest into my business. So what this looks like is I receive money for exchanging value to my clients, right? This is a fair, energetic exchange. That's the only thing that I have an interest in ever doing. Then with that money, I use that money for, yes, things that I need personally, my personal needs and things that help me to feel like I'm thriving in my life. But more importantly and very significantly with my business approach and model is I then reinvest that money back into my business. So the areas that I invest the most significantly in are coaching support, so helping me with showing up as the best business owner I can be. So learning things like marketing and sales and launches and standing in my feminine power as a business owner. I have got direct coaching support throughout my business journey to support me with all of that. And this has been so incredible because it's meant that I can show up in a more expansive energy, which means that the value that I'm then able to create for my community is so far superior to what it was before. And I'm also able to create more time and space for myself because I put in systems that actually support me to thrive in business. Now, I also invest in up-leveling my skills. So for instance, a lot of you know that recently I up-leveled my skills by doing an inner voice facilitator training. And this has allowed me a new certification, which has allowed me to expand what I'm able to now offer all of you in my community. So now I'm able to offer a deeper inner voice experience. And this is something that is adding value to everybody in my community. Another example is as I expanded my team, especially in 2019, where I made my first permanent hire, I allowed myself to delegate tasks that I don't particularly enjoy doing and also am not very good at to someone else, right? So you're able to outsource, which means that person gets to bring their talents and contribute to the business and the value that you then give to your community. So my community now get a better experience because of the investments I've made in what I outsource and the expansions I've made in my team. Now, for me, from an energetic level, it also means that I can show up in a better energy because I'm able to be spending more time on the things that I actually enjoy doing and am the best at doing, which means that I have better energy in doing those as well, which then means I add more value to all of you who are listening to this podcast and who are working with me in my beautiful community. So they are the direct returns on investment that we see. And also, in addition to that, then you have your clients and community who are getting this higher level of service and value. And so they're able to then have a bigger return on investment, right? They're able to get more out of what you're providing, which then has an impact in their life. Then you need to think about the impact that then has in their community, right? And then, they're showing up as an even brighter version of themselves. And then the people in their community see that they get to be in that energy, and that just creates more and more abundance. And then for me personally, I get to create more opportunities for myself and for my family. So I'm able to, for instance, in 2019 at the end of the year, we moved from London to Australia so that my partner could follow his dream. And so I became the sole income earner for more than 6 months. And actually it's been more like 8 months, so probably more than that by now. And it meant that we were able to move to Cambodia so that he could pursue a project over there. And this has just opened up more opportunities for him, right? So there's that abundance. You might then create more opportunities for your kids or other members of your family. You might then reinvest money back into your local community in supporting projects, or you having time to be able to go and, volunteer at your kid's school or volunteer at one of the local organizations that for a cause that you really believe in. So see how simply by one simple exchange between yourself as a business owner and your customer, you create so much more abundance in the world. It's never that you're taking something away from someone. Personally, I love investing in my life and in my business. I love paying for my next coach. I love paying for that next course or certification that I'm going to do. I love paying for the things that light me up in my life. I love paying for people to be on my team, and I'm looking forward to continue to expanding my team this year. I love this. I love making intentional investments. And I'm sure that when you think of it and you reflect on your life, that you do as well. And let me tell you, these investments are so much better than the investments I used to make, which were on buying lots of clothes, buying lots of objects for the home, buying lots of alcohol, spending a lot of money on food. All of these things, while at the time they gave me like an instant boost, they are nothing like seeing the incredible impact that I've been able to create through this business and through expanding myself as a person. So I just want to share this with you all before we dive into this topic, because I know that when we talk about money, it brings up a lot of blocks for all of you. But I really want to support you in moving through those blocks, because they're actually preventing the abundance that you could be creating for all of us. And that's such a shame, right? You've got so much to give. We all do. Okay, so now I'm going to share with you the top 5 things that I did in 2019 to quadruple my business income. And so I had a whole list. I've actually listed down 20 things, but I've distilled this into the top 5. And this is what will help you to create more income in your business too, and also to create more consistent income. So let's go to the first one. So number 1, the first thing that I did, which I cannot emphasize enough, is that I put a plan in place. So you need to have a plan in place for your business. It's something that I highly recommend. And what I mean by this is not a business plan. It's not a marketing plan. It's a financial plan. Now, I'm just going to say, if you are in the Make a Difference and Thrive Challenge, in the training that I did today, I've gone into a lot more detail on how to create a financial plan. In the time that we had, really, financial planning can be something that can be really a lot more detailed, and it can be kind of confusing for you if you're not wired in this way. And let me just say here that I was not wired in this way at all. So if I can do it, you can do it too. But what I want to say here is, if you have not watched that training, I highly recommend you go back and do. Otherwise, make sure you are subscribed to both my newsletter and the Make a Difference Soul Tribe, because whenever I have any training on this topic again, you will be the first to know. So letitiaringe.com/thrive for the challenge, or letitiaringe.com/make a difference for my newsletter and to be in the Make a Difference Soul Tribe. That's a really, really great place for you all to be. And also just make sure that when you do sign up, the first time you see one of my emails, that you just add me as a contact, because what happens, and I find this really annoying for the people that I sign up to their newsletters, is that randomly, like, Gmail will put people into the promotions folder rather than your primary folder if your email's is set up like that. So the only way to get around that, even if it's not even selling something, it gets put there. And so you want to make sure that you add it as a contact. Okay, let's go back to the financial plan and why that's so important. So what a financial plan does is allow you to work backwards. So you have your financial goal and you know how much you want to make by the end of the year. And the financial plan is it's coming up with solutions for how you can create and meet that financial goal. Now, the reason that this is so helpful as business owners is because you actually have a lot of important information within you right now that will help inform how you want to move forward. So this is not a very mental, masculine only effort in business. This is a beautiful concert between your masculine and feminine energy. You are using the information and wisdom that you have within you right now, and then you're using your masculine energy creative skills to create a plan that is informed by that wisdom. This is how we move forward in a way that is super aligned in business and is also set up with great chances of success. Now, like any plan that you ever have, you do not need to be married to the plan, right? You do not need to be committed to it forever. You will have information that comes in that allows you to course correct, right? So the plan is not going to be unchangeable. You will be able to be flexible and flow with it, with the information that comes in. But right now, you have crucial information. And without a plan, what happens is you're more likely to go down a path that isn't actually set up to succeed and for you to thrive in the way that you want to thrive. So what I'm talking about here is that you might have a certain amount of time that you want to work each week. You might have a particular way that you prefer working. You might have a particular audience size and know how many people are actually likely and that you're able to bring into your offers. And so when we have a financial plan, we can take all of these things into account in our plan. So I'll just give you one example here. So say, for instance, you know that your goal is to make $50,000 or $100,000 over the next year. And your primary offer that you have. So you also want to know what offers do you have? What is each offer bringing in? And so you know that your primary offer is sold for $100 per session or per product, whatever it is. And you want to rely on that offer to hit $50K or $100K throughout the year. Now, what we can tell from this is, okay, so how much time would actually need to go into running that offer, like running it out, carrying it out, serving the client, preparing the offer, all of the things that go into each of our offers. But more importantly than that, you also get to find out how many sales you would need to make in order to hit that figure. So for instance, if it's $100 and it's $50,000 that you want, that's 5,000 sales. If it's $100,000 and it's $100 that is the item, that is going to be 10,000 sales. So when you have this information and you're looking at your current price point and you're looking at the time that you have to spend and you're looking at how many clients you could actually work with, what is realistic, and you're looking at how you actually want to spend your time, and maybe you realize, hey, I don't want to spend all of my time on this offer, this is informing you about what it would actually look like. Is it actually realistic to sell 5,000 to 10,000 of these $100 assets, right? Whatever it is, a product or service. And so this information is so incredibly helpful because maybe you realize, you know what, that is not realistic. I don't want to have to sell 5,000 to 10,000 of these things. My audience is of a particular size. It doesn't make sense. I have no interest in selling uniquely this amount of times. And so I want to adjust my offer. You might decide that you want to make your prices higher, that you want to add more value, that you want to change the way that you carry out your offers. You might decide that you want to have more than one offer. I don't know, but this is what a financial plan is going to tell you. And then what makes this so amazing is that you now have a plan for the year ahead, which means that you have made a lot of the decisions based on the business and the life that you want to have up front. And so you let them inform the year that you want to carry out ahead of you that takes into account the way that you want to show up. And so you've made all of these big decisions, which means when opportunities come up and they're not in alignment with the core of what your plan is, you can say yes or no very easily. It means that when things don't work out on your plan and they're not actually meeting the expectations and the fulfillments that you thought that they would fulfill, the outcomes you thought that they would fulfill, you are able to ditch those. You're able to be like, hey, I'm not going to do this anymore. You know, I've had offers that I have sold and I thought that it would be different. I'd enjoy it more. I thought that more people would sign up and I haven't had that result. And so I've been able to say, well, is this something that I want to learn how to sell and learn how to make better and to make more interesting? Or is it something that I've decided I no longer want to do or I don't want to do at this stage? And so I'm easily able to just make that decision in the moment and not hold to the plan, but be able to be in flow with it and to see what else is flowing in that could take its place. And so this is what it is. It's like this working document that is living and breathing, that we're always working with and co-creating with, but this gives us a tunnel, a pathway ahead. It gives us clarity and vision, and it makes things easier because we don't have to make a million decisions every single day. When you know exactly what you're selling and you know how much you're going to sell it for, and you know how many people that you want in that program or product or other service, then that is what you're aiming for. And so you can start using your brain to think of, well, how am I going to actually do that? How am I going to create this result? And then when your results don't match the expectations you have, you can look at, well, what was working here, or what do I need to change here? And so we're constantly learning and evolving. So my number one thing that I did was make sure I have a financial plan in place that was going to create the income that I wanted. Okay, and then I abandoned whatever wasn't working along the process. Point number 2, the second thing that I did was that I also owned my authority and desire. So what that means is at the start of 2019, when I do my usual annual review, which is awesome, I went through my review and I asked myself, where do I want to go? What do I want to focus on over the next 12 months? What's really lighting me up in my business? And what do I want to focus on going forward? And what came through for me is that I just want to focus on business. By that stage, I'd worked with so many different people. I've worked on all different areas. I'd worked with lots of business owners. I'd worked with people who were looking for different paths forward in their career on the topic of purpose. I'd worked on other different life coaching. And while I enjoyed these things, my real passion that was evolving at that time was business. And so I realized, okay, I am going to own this desire that I want to go all into business, and that's all I'm going to focus on the year ahead. And so this was perfect because, again, it then took away all of those other distractions I had around me of possibilities, knowing that I could come back to them whenever I wanted, and that I could now just focus on one particular client, really. I'm focusing on someone who's in business. So this allows me to then own my authority, right? And to add value in that area and to speak to my community with more directness, right? So that I'm actually speaking to this one person rather than to all the different pockets of people that I had. Now, please don't think that that means that you need to have a really specific niche. All I'm saying is that I owned my authority in the area that I was called to. So it came to my attention that I really want to just focus on business. And before that was not to my attention. It's not what I wanted to do. I wanted it to be more broad, and that was a beautiful thing, right? But from this moment forward, I wanted to only work on this particular topic and with these particular people. And so because I allowed my niche to evolve over time, I was then able to see that clearly within myself, and it didn't create a ton of work for me trying to figure out who my niche is. It was something that naturally evolved. And then since then, it's continued to evolve, right? As we go along our business journeys, we just get more specific because we get to know who our soulmate clients are. So what I did was own my desire to focus on business, and then that allowed me to own my authority, right? I became the expert in that area, and that allowed me to then level up my offers and focus on speaking only to these people. And also I also narrowed it to just women. I only wanted to work with women. I only wanted to work with soulful business owners, and it's just continued to evolve from there. So this has really, 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 really helped me, because as I said again, I was then able to direct my energy and attention into this area and to being the expert in that area, which is what I've cultivated over the last year and a half since I made that decision. So own your authority and own your real desires. If you don't really enjoy an area that you're working on, don't do it. Don't set yourself up for success. Go with whatever has the most energy at the moment, knowing that you can always change. So the third thing I did was I up-leveled my mindset, and this really helps with the one before that, owning my authority. Up-leveling my mindset was Huge. So I said, I am the expert here. I can help you. My clients want to work with me. People are waiting to work with me. And I worked with these thoughts and I worked with a mindset plan using the mindset plan that I use in my Mindset Makeover program, which, by the way, you can enroll into at any time at letitiaringe.com/mindset makeover. And so throughout the entire year, I worked with 2 different coaches, both on 2 different things that I wanted to expand on. I did so much work on expanding my mindset in business, increasing my mindset plan, working on these beliefs, seeing where I wasn't aligned with them, in the moment, feeling where I wasn't aligned with them, and continuing to work and nurture this mindset that I wanted to embody. And that's what I'm always doing. I'm always expanding my mindset. So I look at where I am now and what I believe and where I want to move. And then I work to aligning with where I want to move toward, right? So this is allowing myself to continue up-leveling my mindset. So I also, as a part of this, it became a neutral thing, right? All of my results in my business. I suddenly started to look at everything as these are all neutral. This is just information for me. If something doesn't work, it's totally fine. This is just information and I need to look at why it didn't work. Is there something that I could do or change in order to help it work? Or is there some support that I need? Do I need to learn more about this particular topic? Or is it something that I can let go, right? That is wasting my time. So actually, if we go back to that second, owning my authority and desire, that also meant that I stopped anything that wasn't relevant to these people or any of the other projects and things that I had on. Like I just let them all go so that I could focus on this direction in my business. And so with up-leveling my mindset, seeing this as a really abundant decision rather than something that was taking away other opportunities from me, also really helped me in showing up in this energy of I am the expert, I can help you, my clients want to work with me, and that there are people who are waiting to work with me right now. And to then seeing any results that I had as a really neutral thing. And I just, rather than not checking in with what our results are, I was checking in, I was looking at them all the time. I was always looking at what money I was making, how many people I was getting in, how I was doing it, and using that to inform me for my next launch ahead. Which brings me to the 4th point. Actually, before I go to the 4th point, I also just want to say, so with that neutrality, that meant that there was less attachment, right? I wasn't attached to the outcome. I was just showing up and trying things and seeing what works and then learning from what my results were and how it all unfolded and learning about what I enjoyed and how I enjoyed doing it, and then using that information to then show up again in a slightly different way, right? And all of that, you need to be not attached, because otherwise you just sit there and blame and shame yourself, which isn't ever going to work. The other mindset shift I make was seeing everything I was doing in my marketing and my sales and learning how to make money even more as something that was of service to my community, right? So everything that I was doing in those areas was allowing me to serve my clients in a better way, because if your clients can't find you, then you're not serving them. It's our job to help us be seen and to make it really easy for someone to know that you're the right person, you can help me. If we're not doing that, then we're not really serving them at all. So that's why marketing and sales is so important. And actually, I will say on that topic, if you're someone who does not feel like you've got a really strong foundation for your business, like you're not on top of selling, you're not on top of marketing, you're not on top of making money, and you want to learn these things, my program, Create Your Beautiful Biz, is the perfect program for you. It really goes through everything you need to know in business to create that strong foundation and to start making money in your business. And really, you can use that to continue growing as well. We go through everything: financial planning, setting up a website and a brand, all of the things. So you can head to letitiaringe.com/create your beautiful biz. And yeah, it's such a great program. We'd love to have you there. Okay, so The fourth thing I did was I had an always launching mindset. I still remember the moment that I had this realization. I think it was about February or March, probably March actually, of 2019. I was in Australia visiting my family and going to some weddings there. And I remember it was around the time I was creating the Menstrual Magic Journal. And I had this realization, this epiphany, where I realized because I felt like I'd expended so much energy in my first launch of the year when I first launched Create Your Beautiful Biz. I felt like I'd expended so much energy in that, like a lot of output. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to come back and launch again and again and again. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I could always be launching. How am I going to sustain that? And I realized, well, this is the point. We want an always launching mindset. So the question becomes not about, oh my gosh, how am I going to sustain another launch? But how can I create launching so that how can I show up in my launches in the most sustainable way so that I could always be launching and it not being a problem, it just being another day in business? Because really, this launching is just selling, and we are always selling in business. You never know where the next client's going to come from. You're selling in everything that you do. So we want to decrease the importance of both selling, but particularly on launching. It's just another day in business. It's just another thing that we do every single day. It's of service to our clients, and we want to decrease that importance so that we show up in that more neutral energy. So the way I looked at selling, the way I looked at launching completely shifted in that moment, because I realized, oh my gosh, this is not serving me at all. And I remember that beautiful aha moment I had, and it was never the same since then. And I sold way more as a result. Okay, so then number 5 is I invested in support. Now, you might have guessed this from exactly how I introduced this episode, but really this has been so crucial to my business journey. So at the start of 2019, I invested in a business coach, and this person really, really helped me to expand in my business because it was a significant investment for me at the time, the most significant investment I'd made in my business. And before then, I'd been making investments here and there, but they were all kind of like small comparatively. And so this for me was such a big energetic upgrade that it required me to show up in a different way. I was like, I need to show up for this. I'm going to listen to everything that she has to say. I'm going to implement it. I'm going to take myself seriously. I'm going to show up in the best possible way. And so I did that, right? So I had an incredible return on investment. And then every time I work with someone, I get that return on investment, right? And so what I've realized is that by me upgrading and bringing on support to support me from a coaching perspective always allows me to up level, because my expectations of myself are so much higher and I allow myself to expand. Not only do I learn so much from whoever I'm working with, but I also allow so much more from myself, which is really, really cool. And I find the accountability really important for me, and just learning different viewpoints on how you can move forward and having that person to help me see my mind and how it's working against me is just like, I can't work without it. I'm always working with someone. So bringing on a coach to support me and then making investments as I went throughout the year on developing other skills was really important. Like developing more on marketing, the bits that I needed to learn on, learning more, deepening into my sales and into like my copy and all of these things. This has really, really helped me to refine those skills and up level them even more. Now, I also just want to say a really significant decision I made was also not to invest in any other of my skills. So no new certifications. This was a really important decision for me, actually. I, before that, loved to go and get another certification in something. I was always thinking about what else I could be certified in. You know, I want to be certified as a doula, as a human design reader, as an astrology reader, like all of the things, as a yoga teacher. But at the start of 2019, I said, no, what I need to do is focus only on business, on developing this skill, on excelling in this skill. So I brought on only business support all through 2019. Only coaches who were supporting me in business, and only did any sort of courses that were going to expand a specific need I needed in my business. And that worked so well. So this year in 2020, I decided this would be the year that I can now do some certifications and do that, because I feel like I've really got myself into flow in my business. And I also am still investing in my business. Like, I still work with a business coach. I still invest in anything that I need. I'm about to invest in something with Facebook ads. It's, I'm always investing in my business. So every single investment I make, particularly those big ones like investing in someone to be there with me, my return is 10 times that amount. It's always the way. It's incredible. And it's just because I show up with 10 times more expansion within myself. Now, the other thing I did was I also brought on my first team hire. So I think it was March as well of 2019, I made my first hire. I hired an online business manager who would help me with different things in my business that I didn't want to spend my time doing anymore, that was taking up a lot of time and not leading to the return that I wanted to have on that time. So I brought that on, and we still work together today. This role still exists, and it will continue to expand. And this has allowed me to show up with better energy for all of you in my business. And so that has a return in and of itself. And so they are like the two biggest investments I made: expanding my team and bringing on coaching support, and like focusing on developing even more so my skills in business. And this allowed me 100% to quadruple my income. So they are the top 5 things that I did in 2019 to quadruple my income. I put a financial plan in place. I owned my authority and my real desire. I up-leveled my mindset. I had an always launching mindset, and I invested in support. So everybody here listening right now, I'd love for you to reflect on everything that you've just learned in this episode and ask yourself, have you had any aha moments? And are there some shifts and tweaks that you can make in your business and the way that you're approaching it over the next 12 months so that you can create the income and the consistent income that you desire? Now, if anybody wants to dive into working with me on any of these topics, Create Your Beautiful Biz teaches you how to do all of these things. We cover mindset, financial plans, money, marketing and sales, and then all of the other parts of business, as well as working with your cycle in your business and soulful business practices, creating that vision for yourself. And this is for you if you want to create a strong foundation. So you might have already started making sales in your business, but you know that you really don't have a strong foundation, and you need to up the ante in one of those areas. If that's you, then Create Your Beautiful Biz is the best option for you. It's also the best option if you're just starting out in business. We have people of all different stages along their business journey joining, and so it's such a great program. And I really recommend that, everybody do it, really. So letitiaringe.com/Create Your Beautiful Biz. We have ongoing group coaching together. It's so fantastic. And then the second option is, if you feel that you have got that foundation in place and you're ready to grow, then I have an annual Mistress Mind, which is a mastermind, called the Soulful Business Council. You can find the details at letitiaringe.com/Mistress Mind. It's not yet open for enrollment, but it will be soon. And this will give you assistance for 6 months with me. It's a high-level mastermind and a group of other women who are all growing their businesses. I have application calls for every single person. So it's not just I'm very selective about who can come in. And we're going to be working together over 6 months, using our inner voices in our business, using our cycle, going through launches together, coming up with these financial plans, and it's going to be so incredible. This was really such a beautiful experience last year, and I'm so excited to do it again. So if you feel like you're a fit for that and you're ready to grow in business, head there. Make sure you get in touch and let me know that you're interested as well, because I can let you know as soon as it's available. Okay, my beautiful friends. So that is everything. I'm so excited to talk more about money today, and make sure you go check out that challenge if it's not after the 24th of May. Otherwise, make sure you join up for my newsletter and for the Make a Difference Soul Tribe. We'd love to have you. And I really hope that you got a lot from this episode. Come and share over on Instagram at Letitia Ringe. Take a screenshot of you listening. Let me know your biggest aha moments, and I can't wait to connect with you all there. Okay, everybody, I'll talk to you all later.
Hey, if you're ready to create your very own purpose-driven business too, I invite you to check out my online program, Create Your Beautiful Biz. You'll learn how to create a business that allows you to make your difference and thrive using my signature feminine essence framework. Just head over to www.letitiaringe.com/CYBB. Let's make creating a business beautiful. I'll see you there.